This is the moment you've been waiting for. The dry seasons you have endured, the endless waiting, the nights of wondering when your life would shift, are coming to a close. Your days of lack are not your destiny. They were a chapter, not the conclusion. You are entering a space of new beginnings, a season of overflow where you will finally witness the abundance you were created for. Everything you have carried, every challenge you endured, has prepared you for this very transition. The weight of lack is being lifted and a lighter, freer, more radiant path is opening before you. This is not just a small change. It is a total shift in your energy, your atmosphere, and your destiny. Before we dive deeper, I want to invite you into something special. Watch this message all the way through, because it was created for you in this exact moment. And as you listen, I encourage you to take a step of faith. Share your warmest wishes in the comments below. Type the numbers 99 and 777 as a sign of your alignment, and subscribe to this journey of power and truth. When you do, you are not only participating, you are also energizing the universe with your intentions, affirming that your wishes are alive and ready to manifest. This video is a part of a greater series built to empower you, awaken you, and guide you into alignment with a destiny written over your life. Now let's go deeper. Lack was never meant to define you. Scarcity was never your true state. Those seasons when you had to count every coin, when you stretched every resource, when you felt invisible and forgotten, they were not punishments, they were lessons. They shaped your resilience, sharpened your awareness, and carved a deeper well of strength inside you. Without those times, you would not have the capacity to hold the abundance that is about to pour into your life. You see, abundance is not only about receiving, it is about being able to carry it, honor it, and use it wisely. Every day of lack was training you to respect overflow, so that when it comes, you will not waste it, but you will grow into it. Abundance begins not only with what comes to you, but with what shifts within you. The first sign of change is not the money in your hands, but the freedom in your spirit. Lack makes you think small, doubt yourself, and hesitate to step forward. Abundance expands your vision, unlocks creativity, and gives you the courage to move boldly, even before the physical blessings arrive. Abundance starts as a mindset. You are being trained to think in overflow, to walk in confidence, and to live as though you are already complete. This change in your energy is the invitation for abundance to enter. When you no longer cling to fear, you become magnetic to provision. Look back for a moment at how far you've come. There were moments when you felt completely empty, yet you found a way to keep moving. There were seasons when others overlooked you, but you kept showing up. There were doors that slammed in your face, but still you refused to give up. That persistence was not wasted. It was the universe watching, recording and aligning something greater in your favor. Nothing you endured was for nothing. Every delay, every rejection, every silent night has been transformed into seeds of abundance that are about to burst open. The days of lack did not break you. They built you chosen one. Abundance is not only about wealth, in the material sense. It is about relationships that nourish your soul, opportunities that align with your purpose, peace that steadies your heart, and a sense of fulfillment that no money could ever replace. The ending of lack means you will no longer live in desperation, but in balance. It means you will no longer be starved for love, attention, or opportunity. It means doors will open because your energy now commands them to. It means you will finally Feel the weight of provision on your side. Instead of the pressure of constant struggle, this moment you are entering will feel like the turning of a tide. One day life looks the same. The next something shifts. The heaviness you've been carrying begins to lift. The people who once ignored you begin to notice you. The opportunities you once thought were too far away suddenly find their way to you. It is not random, it is the unfolding of your destiny. You are walking into a pre-written chapter of abundance, where lack no longer rules your story. This transition is sacred, and you have earned it through patience, faith, and resilience. There will be signs along the way to show you the truth of this. You will notice synchronicities, sudden alignments, and moments of clarity that confirm abundance is here. Pay attention to them. They are whispers of reassurance that you are not imagining this change. It is real and it is unfolding right now. This is the beginning of the end of lack and the first taste of overflow. The only task for you is to receive it with an open heart and step into it with confidence. Chosen one, your story is shifting. The energy of lack is being replaced with the energy of abundance. This is not a promise for someday. It is a movement that has already begun. You will look back soon and realize that what once felt endless, the struggle, the waiting, the lack was only temporary. And now abundance is here to stay. Chosen one, abundance is not an accident, nor is it a random stroke of luck. It is the natural rhythm of the universe, the current you were always meant to flow with. For too long, you have been swimming against the tide of scarcity, pushing, struggling, trying to make things happen in your own strength. But abundance does not respond to force. It responds to alignment. When you align with your true self, your true calling, and your divine purpose, abundance begins to follow you like a shadow. It doesn't need to be chased because it recognizes you. It knows where to find you. And right now it is finding you. You must understand that lack was not here to punish you, but to cleanse you. It stripped away illusions, false connections, and unhealthy attachments. In times of lack, people revealed their true colors. Some left, some betrayed. Some ignored. That was painful, but it was necessary. You cannot carry everyone with you into abundance, because not everyone can handle it. Lack exposed who was truly with you for the right reasons and who only wanted what they could take from you. Now as abundance rises, you will not waste it on the wrong people. Your provision is being protected by wisdom, and wisdom is the fruit of what you endured. Think of how a seed works when it is placed in the soil. It looks as though it is buried, cut off, hidden from sight. That is how you felt in your seasons of lack. Buried, unseen, pressed down by the weight of everything above you. But a seed is not dead when it is buried. It is preparing to sprout. It is gathering strength, breaking open, stretching roots deeper into the soil. Then at the right time it breaks through the surface and grows into something greater. Your lack was never your death. It was your planting. Now you are breaking through the soil. Abundance is your sprout, your sign that the hidden growth is becoming visible. In this season, you will start to notice that small opportunities multiply into larger ones. A single idea will unlock doors you never expected. One new connection will lead to networks and relationships that expand your influence. The momentum will build so quickly that you will look back and wonder why you ever doubted. But this is not coincidence. This is the release of abundance. When you are aligned, small beginnings cannot stay small. They attract growth, multiplication, and expansion. The energy you carry now is a magnet, pulling in everything that matches your higher self. Abundance also requires you to release the old habits of scarcity. When you lived in lack, you learned to hold tightly to everything, afraid it might slip away. You clutched at every coin, every opportunity, every relationship, because you feared you might not get another chance. But now, chosen one, you must loosen your grip. You must learn to flow with abundance, not strangle it with fear. Generosity becomes your new way of living. Gratitude becomes your daily rhythm. Instead of saying, "What if I lose it?" you now say, "There is more where this came from." That is how abundance breathes. That is how it grows. There will be a shift in how you see yourself. Scarcity made you doubt your worth. It whispered lies that you were unworthy of good things, that abundance was for others but not for you. But abundance silences those lies. It reminds you that you were chosen for greatness, that your existence itself is a testimony of purpose. The more you walk in this truth, the more the universe rearranges itself to meet you. Opportunities, resources, people, and ideas begin to orbit your life because your energy declares, "I am ready." The lack that once defined you will no longer have a place in your story. And yet abundance is not just about what comes to you. It is also about what flows through you. When provision arrives, it will not only meet your needs, but it will overflow to bless others. You are not just being given abundance for yourself. You are being entrusted with it. You are being positioned as a vessel of generosity, as a light for others who are still walking through lack. Your story will inspire, your giving will uplift, and your abundance will multiply because it is not stagnant. It moves, it flows, it expands. You are stepping into a time when the universe itself seems to say yes to you. You will notice doors that once seemed locked now open without resistance. You will find yourself at the right place, at the right time, meeting the right people. You will see that delays turn into divine timing, and losses transform into redirections. This is the energy of abundance in action. It is not a straight line, but a rising tide that lifts every part of your life. And it is happening now. Chosen one, this season will ask you to trust deeply, even when you cannot yet see the full picture. Abundance does not always arrive in the form you expect. Sometimes it comes disguised as an opportunity that stretches you. Sometimes it comes as a challenge that forces you to grow. But underneath it all, the current of abundance is flowing in your favor. You are being carried by it, even when you cannot yet see the shore. Trust the process because you are no longer in lack. You are in the river of overflow. Your days of scarcity are behind you. Every lesson they taught you is now complete. You are rising into abundance, into freedom, into the life that was always waiting for you. This is the beginning of your new story. Chosen one, the end of lack is not just an external shift. It is an internal awakening. Abundance first begins inside of you, long before it shows up in your hands. That is why you feel different lately. Your spirit has already stepped into wealth, even if your surroundings have not yet caught up. You are carrying a new vibration, and that vibration speaks louder than words. People may not understand it, but they sense it. They look at you and wonder why you walk with peace, why your presence feels lighter, Why? You carry yourself as though you already know something. They don't, and the truth is, you know that abundance is here. You know that scarcity has no more power over your destiny. When you lived in lack, your mind was trained to expect disappointment. Every time you hoped, something seemed to block you. Every time you stretched, something pushed you back. This created patterns of fear, hesitation, and self-doubt. But those patterns are breaking now. One of the greatest signs that you are stepping into abundance is the rewiring of your inner dialogue. Where your thoughts once said, "I can't," they now whisper, "I will." Where you once felt anxiety over the unknown, you now feel curiosity, even excitement. You begin to realize that your reality is not limited by your past experiences, but is shaped by your beliefs in the present. Abundance is not only about money or material things. It is a state of being. It is freedom in your spirit, clarity in your mind, and peace in your heart. And when these align, external blessings naturally follow. This is why you are noticing more moments of synchronicity, numbers repeating, unexpected opportunities appearing, people crossing your path at the exact right time. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are the universe telling you, yes, you are in alignment. They are reminders that your days of lack are not returning, because a higher current is now carrying you forward. Another key aspect of abundance is resilience. In lack, every setback felt like an ending. But in abundance, setbacks are only redirections. Instead of saying this is the end, you now say this is the path. You begin to see challenges as stepping stones, as part of the process rather than obstacles to it. This resilience is powerful because it ensures that abundance will not slip away from you the way temporary blessings once did. You are now built to sustain overflow. Not just taste it. Consider how rivers work. They do not rush in a straight line. They bend, they curve. They even encounter rocks. But none of these obstacles stop the river. They shape it. The water continues to flow, finding its way, always moving forward. This is what your life feels like now. Even when something doesn't go as planned, abundance still finds a way to reach you. What once would have crushed you now only strengthens you. What once would have broken your faith now deepens it. You have become unshakable. Chosen one, abundance also changes your posture toward the future. When you were in lack, you dreaded tomorrow. You wondered if you would have enough, if you would make it through. But in abundance, tomorrow excites you. You wake up with expectation, not fear. You look ahead and feel that something good is always near. This shift in posture is not small. It changes everything, because when you expect good, you attract good. When you anticipate blessings, blessings rush to meet you. This is why abundance flows more easily to those who have already received it in their hearts. And yet abundance will test your discipline. Just as wealth requires management, overflow requires wisdom. You will be given more, but with it comes the responsibility to handle it well. The universe does not give abundance to wasteful hands. This is why your season of lack taught you to value every little thing. You learned to stretch small resources, to be creative, to appreciate what you had. Those lessons were not in vain. They were training for now. When overflow comes, you will not squander it because you know its worth. You will multiply it not just for yourself, but for those connected to you. Abundance will also magnify your voice. People who ignored you before will suddenly want to listen. They will look at you and see someone who carries light, someone who radiates strength. Your story of lack turning into overflow will inspire them, and they will ask how you did it. Some will envy, some will admire, but all will notice this is part of your calling. To be a visible testimony that lack does not last forever. You are proof that perseverance pays, that faith carries, and that alignment opens doors. You must also prepare for the emotional release that comes with abundance. Years of struggle created invisible weights you carried silently. When blessings begin to flood in, you may find yourself crying unexpectedly, laughing uncontrollably, or feeling waves of gratitude that overwhelm you. Let it happen. These are not just emotions. They are signs that your soul is being healed. Every tear you shed in lack is being answered with joy. Every silent prayer you made is echoing back as fulfillment. Remember, chosen one, abundance is not a future promise anymore. It is your present reality. The energy has already shifted. The flow has already begun. Your part is simply to receive, to walk boldly, and to continue aligning your heart with the truth that your days of lack are over. You are no longer surviving. You are thriving. You are no longer waiting. You are receiving. This is not the end of the story. It is the beautiful middle, where everything begins to multiply. Chosen one, when abundance begins to move through your life, it does not only affect you personally, it transforms everything connected to you. Abundance has a ripple effect, like a stone dropped into a still lake. The ripples expand outward, touching relationships, opportunities, environments, and even the way strangers perceive you. You cannot contain abundance. It naturally overflows. This is why your days of lack were so important. They prepared you not only to handle blessings, but also to share them, to carry them in a way that uplifts others, rather than diminishes you. Think about how relationships once looked. In seasons of lack, you felt unsupported, even misunderstood. Many could not see your vision, nor did they believe in your potential. You felt isolated, as though you were carrying the weight of your destiny alone. But now, with abundance, everything changes. Real connections begin to form. People aligned with your purpose are drawn to you. Some old connections that drained you will fall away, making room for those who genuinely celebrate you. Abundance does not allow dead weight to stay. It clears out what cannot grow with you and replaces it with those who water your spirit. Abundance also changes the way you are perceived. In lack, you were overlooked. You could be in a room and feel invisible. But now your presence commands attention. Without you even trying, there is an aura, an energy around you that people cannot ignore. Opportunities begin to seek you out, rather than you chasing them. Invitations, offers, collaborations. They all arrive because abundance makes you magnetic. It is not about arrogance or trying to impress anyone. It is about radiating an inner fullness that naturally attracts what belongs to you, that things remove themselves and do not dim your light to make them comfortable. You were never meant to stay hidden. Abundance also calls you to trust timing. Even as overflow begins, not every promise will manifest at once. Some blessings come in waves, allowing you to grow into them. If it all arrived too quickly, you might not have the foundation to sustain it. That is why certain doors open now, while others remain closed until later. Do not mistake delay for denial. Abundance is unfolding in perfect order. Every season has its harvest, and you are stepping into multiple harvests, in succession. What you planted long ago, but thought was forgotten, is about to sprout. Seeds buried in tears are rising in joy. Your days of lack were a classroom, and abundance is the graduation. But even graduation is not the end. It is the beginning of a new chapter. This new chapter is not about survival, but about expansion. It is not about proving yourself, but about expressing yourself fully. You no longer chase after things that were never meant for you. Instead, you focus on what aligns, what flows, what resonates with your spirit. That is where true abundance lies. Not in everything, but in the right things. The right people, the right opportunities. Chosen one, never forget that abundance is not just your personal blessing. It is your calling. You were chosen to demonstrate what it looks like when lack ends and overflow begins. Your story is a beacon, a living testimony for others still walking through scarcity. Every step you take in abundance encourages them that their time is also coming. You are proof that the universe responds to faith, resilience, and alignment. And as you keep walking forward, the ripples of your abundance will continue to spread, healing, inspiring, and lifting not just you, but everyone connected to you.